We spend much of our lives chasing financial security with unwavering determination. We convince ourselves that if we can just reach a certain number in our bank account, build the perfect investment portfolio, or own enough assets, then we will finally feel safe, relaxed, and at peace. It seems like such a logical belief. After all, money solves many practical problems. But here's a question worth asking. If money alone creates peace, why are so many wealthy people still anxious, stressed, and unable to sleep at night? Perhaps the security we're searching for has never been hiding inside our bank account at all. Stay with me until the end of this video, because Buddhist wisdom offers a perspective that has transformed lives for over 2,500 years. It reveals why the endless pursuit of financial security often leaves us feeling even more uncertain, and how true peace can exist even in a world where money, markets, and circumstances constantly change. We work tirelessly, save diligently, invest carefully, and plan every detail of our future, all in pursuit of this elusive feeling of being truly secure. Yet for many people, even as their wealth grows, a quiet anxiety remains in the background. The fear of losing what they've built, the desire for just a little more, or the constant comparison with others slowly overshadows any comfort their wealth provides. Instead of creating lasting peace, the pursuit often traps us in an endless cycle of wanting, worrying, and never quite feeling like we have enough. Consider Sarah, a successful tech entrepreneur. She built her company from the ground up through years of sacrifice, eventually selling it for a substantial fortune. Today, she lives in a beautiful home, filled with every modern convenience most people dream of. From the outside, she appears to have achieved complete financial success. Yet beneath the surface, Sarah constantly checks market fluctuations several times a day. She agonizes over every investment decision and spends hours reading financial news. She worries about inflation, recessions, unexpected global events, and whether her wealth will truly last throughout her lifetime. Despite possessing significant assets, she rarely experiences genuine peace. Her emotional well-being remains tied to circumstances completely beyond her control, making her feel anything but secure. Then there's Mark, a young professional who recently received a significant performance bonus. At first, he felt an overwhelming sense of excitement and relief. Finally, he thought things were falling into place. He imagined investing wisely, buying a reliable new car, or perhaps saving for the down payment on his first home. But within weeks, the excitement quietly disappeared. Instead, a completely new set of anxieties emerged. He began comparing his bonus to those received by his colleagues, wondering whether he should have negotiated for more. He became obsessed with finding the perfect investment, terrified that making one wrong decision would erase his financial progress. What was supposed to create security instead introduced another layer of mental stress that hadn't existed before. These stories reveal a profound truth about the human mind. Financial security, as we commonly understand it, is often an illusion. It resembles a mirage in the distance. We believe that once we reach it, lasting peace will finally arrive. Yet every time we get closer, the destination seems to move further away. Our modern world constantly reinforces the message that more money means more happiness, more freedom, more respect, and ultimately, more peace. Advertisements, social media, and even well-meaning advice encourage us to believe that our value is measured by our financial success. But what if this fundamental belief is incomplete? What if true security and lasting peace are found not through endlessly accumulating external resources, but by developing an inner stability that cannot be shaken by changing circumstances? Ancient Buddhist wisdom offers a deeply insightful answer to this universal human struggle. It doesn't reject the practical importance of money or deny that financial planning has value. Rather, it asks us to reconsider where we place our deepest sense of security. The Buddha taught that suffering arises when we become attached to things that are inherently impermanent. And few things demonstrate impermanence more clearly than money, investments, careers, possessions, or even our own physical health. Everything in the material world changes. Everything eventually declines, transforms, or disappears. When we anchor our peace of mind to these constantly shifting conditions, it is like building a house on sand. No matter how beautiful the house may be, the foundation remains unstable. One of the central teachings of Buddhism is Anicca, the principle of impermanence. Everything exists in a continuous state of change. Our bodies age, relationships evolve, careers rise and fall, businesses succeed and fail, economies expand and contract. Financial fortunes can grow rapidly, and they can disappear just as quickly. Ignoring this truth doesn't protect us from change. It simply makes change more painful when it inevitably arrives. When we cling to the hope that our financial situation will remain exactly as it is forever, we unknowingly create fertile ground for anxiety. Markets will fluctuate, unexpected expenses will appear, economic conditions will shift. These aren't signs that we've failed. They are simply part of the natural rhythm of life itself. Imagine someone spending countless hours building an intricate sandcastle on the beach. Every tower is carefully shaped. Every wall is crafted with precision. Looking at it, they feel proud, accomplished, and perhaps even secure. But eventually, the tide begins to rise. No amount of effort can stop the waves from arriving. Slowly, the ocean washes the sandcastle away. If the builder's happiness depended entirely on that castle remaining untouched forever, they would naturally experience deep sadness and frustration. Our financial lives are often remarkably similar. We spend years constructing our own financial sandcastles. We work, save, invest, and plan carefully. None of this is wrong. But when our entire sense of security depends on those structures never changing, we become vulnerable to the inevitable tides of life. The beauty of understanding impermanence is that it isn't meant to make us fearful. It is meant to make us free. When we fully accept that everything changes, we stop demanding permanence from an impermanent world. We can continue working hard, saving responsibly, and preparing wisely for the future, while no longer expecting these external achievements to guarantee lasting inner peace. Instead, we begin appreciating what we have in the present moment without desperately clinging to it. And when circumstances inevitably change, we become more capable of adapting with wisdom rather than panic. Another essential Buddhist teaching is dukkha. Although often translated simply as suffering, it is perhaps better understood as dissatisfaction, unease, or the subtle feeling that something is always missing. According to the Buddha, this dissatisfaction grows from craving and attachment. We crave a higher salary, a larger house, greater status, or a bigger investment account, because we believe these achievements will finally complete us. Yet, even after reaching these goals, satisfaction rarely lasts. A new desire quickly replaces the old one, or fear arises that what we've gained could disappear. This endless cycle becomes one of the greatest sources of financial anxiety. Modern psychology even gives this pattern a name: the hedonic treadmill. We work hard for a promotion, purchase a new car, upgrade our home, or enjoy a luxurious vacation. For a short time, our happiness increases, but before long, our minds adapt. What once felt extraordinary becomes ordinary, and we begin searching for the next achievement that promises fulfillment. This doesn't mean we're broken. It's simply how the human mind often operates. We have been conditioned to believe that external possessions can permanently satisfy internal longing. Buddhist wisdom gently reminds us that lasting contentment cannot be purchased because it was never something missing from the outside. It has always been something waiting to be discovered within. Consider Chloe, a young woman who spent years striving toward one specific income goal. She believed that reaching that number would eliminate all her worries. She worked overtime, sacrificed weekends, neglected relationships, and pushed herself relentlessly. Finally, after years of effort, she achieved exactly what she had dreamed of. For a brief moment, she celebrated, but soon, an unexpected emptiness appeared. Instead of feeling free, she felt pressured to maintain her new lifestyle. She feared losing everything she had worked so hard to gain. New expectations replaced old dreams, and once again, peace seemed just beyond her reach. Her financial situation had changed dramatically, but the restless habits of her mind remained exactly the same. According to Buddhist teachings, the path toward genuine peace begins by recognizing these attachments and gradually learning to let them go. This doesn't mean rejecting money or pretending financial stability has no value. Rather, it means changing our relationship with wealth itself. True security isn't measured by the number in our bank account. It is measured by our ability to remain calm during uncertainty, grateful during abundance, and resilient through loss. The more we cultivate this inner stability, the less our happiness depends upon circumstances we can never completely control. So what are these inner resources that Buddhism encourages us to develop? They are wisdom, compassion, mindfulness, patience, gratitude, generosity, courage, and resilience. Unlike money, no economic crisis can steal these qualities from us. No stock market crash can erase them. No inflation can reduce their value. These are forms of wealth that grow stronger the more we practice them. A person who possesses a strong inner foundation can face financial uncertainty with remarkable calm, while someone whose identity is built entirely upon wealth may collapse emotionally, despite having millions. When we nurture these inner strengths, we gradually become less dependent on external circumstances for our happiness, we discover that the deepest form of security has never come from what we own, but from who we become. Mindfulness, for instance, is one of the most powerful tools for cultivating this inner peace. At its heart, mindfulness simply means paying full attention to the present moment without judgment. It teaches us to observe our thoughts and emotions rather than becoming controlled by them. When we bring mindfulness into our financial lives, we begin to notice our reactions to money with greater awareness. We recognize the fear, the greed, the anxiety, or even the excitement, without allowing those emotions to take over our decisions or rob us of our peace. Instead of being pushed around by every financial headline or market fluctuation, we learn to respond with calmness and clarity. This simple shift allows us to make wiser, more intentional choices rather than reacting impulsively out of fear or desire. Imagine sitting down to review your investments. As soon as you open your account, you notice your heart beating a little faster. Perhaps the numbers are lower than expected, or maybe they're higher. Normally, your mind would immediately race toward worst-case scenarios or exciting fantasies about the future. But instead, you pause. You take a slow breath. You notice the tightness in your chest, the rapid thoughts about gains and losses, and the urge to react immediately. Rather than fighting these feelings or believing every thought that appears, you simply observe them. You recognize that these emotions are temporary visitors passing through your mind, not permanent truths. This mindful approach creates a small but powerful space between what happens and how you respond. Within that space, wisdom has room to emerge. Decisions become calmer, clearer, and less driven by fear. Another profound aspect of Buddhist wisdom is the practice of generosity, known as dana. At first glance, it may seem counterintuitive. If we're trying to become financially secure, why would giving away money ever make us feel safer? Yet Buddhist teachings reveal something deeply transformative. Generosity weakens the grip of attachment. Every time we give freely, whether it's money, our time, our attention, or our talents, we quietly remind ourselves that our happiness doesn't depend entirely on possessing more. We begin to experience a different kind of wealth, one that grows through connection rather than accumulation. Giving shifts our attention away from scarcity and toward abundance. Instead of constantly asking, "Do I have enough?" we begin asking, "How can I help?" That subtle change in perspective can transform not only our finances, but also our hearts. Consider David, who earned a comfortable income but constantly lived with a feeling of lack. No matter how much he saved or invested, it never felt sufficient. He was always calculating, always planning, always worrying that somehow he would fall behind. Financially, he was stable. Emotionally, he was exhausted. One day, almost by accident, he began volunteering at a local food bank. Soon afterward, he decided to donate a small percentage of his income every month to a cause he genuinely cared about. Something unexpected happened. The more generous he became, the less obsessed he felt about protecting every dollar. His anxiety slowly began to fade. Giving connected him to something larger than himself. It reminded him that his value wasn't measured by the size of his savings account, but by the positive impact he could have on others. For the first time in years, he experienced a kind of richness that money alone had never given him. Contentment, often referred to as santosha, may be the greatest financial wisdom of all. Contentment is the quiet ability to appreciate what we already have, instead of constantly chasing what we don't. It doesn't mean giving up on goals or losing ambition. Buddhism never teaches us to stop growing or improving ourselves. Rather, it teaches us to stop believing that happiness always exists somewhere beyond our current circumstances. True contentment is an inner practice. When we cultivate it, we gradually free ourselves from the endless cycle of wanting more, comparing ourselves to others, and believing that fulfillment is always one purchase, one promotion, or one investment away. Instead, we begin noticing the extraordinary value hidden within ordinary moments. The warmth of a cup of tea on a quiet morning, the peaceful silence after a long day, a meaningful conversation with someone we love, the beauty of sunlight filtering through the trees, the laughter shared around a dinner table. These simple experiences often provide a deeper sense of peace than anything money can purchase. They are forms of wealth that no recession, no inflation, and no market crash can ever take away. So, how do we bring these ancient teachings into our modern lives? It begins with a simple but powerful shift in perspective. Instead of asking ourselves, "How much money do I need before I finally feel secure?" perhaps we should ask a different question. What qualities can I develop within myself so that I feel secure regardless of my financial circumstances? That single question has the power to change the direction of our lives. One practical step is learning to define what enough truly means. For many people, the finish line of financial security constantly moves farther away. We achieve one milestone, celebrate briefly, and then immediately create another goal. Without realizing it, we're chasing a horizon we'll never actually reach. Taking time to consciously define what is truly enough for our basic needs, our comfort, and our long-term aspirations can be incredibly freeing. This isn't about lowering your standards or giving up your dreams. It's about bringing clarity to what genuinely matters so that endless accumulation no longer becomes the purpose of life. Another valuable practice is mindful consumption. Before making any purchase, pause for just a moment and ask yourself, do I truly need this? Will this genuinely improve my life? Or am I simply responding to boredom, advertising, social pressure, or comparison? These small pauses gradually transform our relationship with consumption. They reduce unnecessary spending, lessen environmental impact, and free our resources, both financial and emotional, for the things that truly enrich our lives. Mindful spending isn't about restriction, it's about freedom. It's about choosing intentionally rather than automatically. Another often overlooked source of security is human connection. Strong relationships with family, friends, neighbors, and community provide a kind of safety that money can never replace. During difficult financial seasons, supportive relationships offer encouragement, wisdom, and sometimes even practical help. More importantly, they remind us that we are never meant to carry life's burdens alone. Money can purchase convenience. It cannot purchase genuine belonging. Relationships, nurtured over many years, become some of the most valuable assets we will ever possess. Investing in our own knowledge and abilities is another form of lasting wealth. Markets fluctuate. Currencies change. Jobs disappear. But the skills we develop, the wisdom we gain, and the character we cultivate remain with us wherever we go. Every new skill increases our adaptability. Every lesson learned expands our confidence. Every experience strengthens our resilience. Unlike financial assets, these forms of wealth continue serving us throughout our entire lives, regardless of external economic conditions. Ultimately, finding peace beyond your bank account balance means recognizing that true security is an inside job. It means understanding the impermanent nature of wealth without becoming afraid of it. It means loosening our attachment to outcomes while continuing to act responsibly and wisely. It means discovering that the strongest foundation we can build isn't made of money, investments, or possessions, but of wisdom, compassion, resilience, mindfulness, and contentment. This journey isn't about rejecting money or pretending financial planning doesn't matter. Money is an important tool. Used wisely, it can provide comfort, opportunity, generosity, and stability, but it was never meant to become the source of our identity or the measure of our inner peace. When we stop expecting money to solve every emotional struggle, we free ourselves from a burden that money was never capable of carrying. And when we understand that genuine security comes from within, we gain something extraordinary, an inner stability that remains steady through both prosperity and hardship. At that point, we become truly wealthy, not simply because of what sits inside our bank account, but because of the richness, wisdom, and peace that live within our hearts. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today and exploring these timeless teachings of Buddhist wisdom. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and become part of this growing community dedicated to mindfulness, compassion, and inner peace. If you know someone who is constantly worried about money or searching for happiness through material success, consider sharing this video with them. Sometimes a single new perspective can change the course of someone's life. And before you go, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What does true financial security mean to you? Until next time, may you walk your path with wisdom, contentment, and peace.